Hope defers makes the heart sick. Have you ever heard that before? It sounds really poetic, right? But when life actually hit, it doesn't feel poetic at all. It feels very, very personal. So I want to ask you today, I want you to think about something. What is one thing that has been so delayed in your life that you feel like, what the heck is going on? So the job you prayed for never came. The relationship you thought that would last forever and all the goosebumps you feel inside ended with silence. And that dream that you carried inside since you were childhood, kind of like it's taking a bit too long, right? And so hope deferred isn't just actually a phrase, it's a lived experience. And if we don't protect our hearts, hope itself can actually become the very thing that actually breaks us. Let me take a moment to tell you a short story about myself. There was a season in my life that I want this particular thing. Now this thing, obviously, it was going to change my entire life, and it was kind of like dangling in front of my face, kind of like it felt like it was mocking me at some point because it never landed. And I let my heart cling onto it so much, and I did not protect my heart while waiting for this very thing that I really want. One night, I remember I felt like I was like literally dying, and in a dying position, and so dramatic, I know, but it just felt like my heart just couldn't take it anymore, and I got to a place where, my heart was so heavy. Can you actually relate to something like this? Like, have you ever wanted something so badly that you find yourself in that fetus position, and you are like, I cannot do life anymore? Like, why? Because every delay that really in that moment chipped away at me. I remember lying in bed and feeling like my heart was just heavy, it was just sick, and I just wasn't laughing like I used to, and I couldn't find like joy. Like, it felt like my fire was gone and it was just hard to laugh. Have you kind of like been there where disappointment doesn't just knock, it kind of moves in, and then I start arranging all your furniture of your heart? That's the moment I'm talking about. That's exactly what Proverbs 13:12 says. Hope defers makes the heart sick, but a desired fulfilled is a tree of life. Hope is such a powerful tool, right? It's such a powerful thing, and it keeps us alive. But hope without wisdom can literally tear us apart, can literally wear us out. Hope does need perspective. It cannot just be unlimited hope and then chilling and then all of that. We can't do that. I want you to say it out loud with me. I will protect my heart while waiting. I will protect my heart while waiting. So how do we protect our hearts while waiting without necessarily actually shutting hope out, right? These are some of the 3 ways that I do protect my heart. So first, number 1, shift hope from outcome to source, right? When my hope is actually tied to when or how something would happen, like we romanticize all these different things, I constantly would feel disappointed. I constantly feel myself like, what is this? I'm not doing this again. And then all my Africanness come out, and no, right? What we want to do, we want to shift our hope to who? So to God's timing, to his character, like, so that you can actually breathe again, right? So that responsibility is kind of almost like shifted, because, because sometimes you'll be doing stuff for, you are doing it, but you can't control certain things. You just have to kind of like do the best that you can, and you don't shift, just stick to one point. Number 2, hold dream with open hands, right? Your hope are seeds. Any hope is seed, not chains, okay? Protect your heart by holding them loosely, right? Letting God like prune or plant them in the right season, right? Because it is important to hope, because, I've hoped sometimes randomly where I'm chilling somewhere, and then I realize and then I feel some sort of like, you feel good inside, and then you remember something, you kind of like, start hoping for it and all of that. It's a beautiful thing, right? There's some joy in that, you can see. But at the end of the day, again, you cannot control it. You have to loosely hold it so it doesn't actually wreck you. 3, anchor yourself in today, not just tomorrow. Because if you do that, your heart keeps hoping for tomorrow, and you do not get time to actually live today. We often like then postpone the joy, waiting for that, breakthrough. But guarding your heart means finding gratitude in today and meaning in the now, even as you prepare for the next one. What's the one thing that you actually can celebrate today? Even as you're waiting for your next big thing, right? So anchoring yourself in today is so important. It is so key to everything that we do. When I was in Tanzania, I met this girl, very beautiful girl. She shared an interesting story while I was at the hotel. She's one of the workers. She had been waiting on this guy to change forever, right? So she was dating this person, and there were certain things. Let's say the person doesn't seem like it was doing her right. So she had been exhausted of years of just like waiting. And I remember she told me that one day she realized that she's been deferring and stopped like celebrating her life because she was waiting for that a moment, like a single moment, kind of like to validate her feeling. And that's when it like kind of like clicked for her. Her hope was kind of making her sick. It was making her sick. So instead, what she did, I loved what she did. She got a job. She started enjoying her life again. This girl was living her best life, and suddenly like everything shifted for her. Her heart began to heal because she finally like learned to protect it. And honestly, she made my like entire Zanzibar experience such a blast. So, and honestly, she actually made life so amazing when I was there. So take a moment. Where is your hope making you sick instead of keeping you actually alive? Because that's what hope is meant to do. Hope is not an enemy. Misplaced hope is. Hope in timelines, hope in people, hope in outcomes that we can control. That's what makes us actually sick. So here's my challenge today. Where have you tied your hope tightly? Where have you let disappointment become the narrator of your story? Protect your heart, not by giving up on hope, but by rooting in something unshakable. Because when you desire like finally come to be, it will be a tree of life. But you don't have to wait for a tree to live. You can actually start breathing now, laughing and trusting in today. So comment below, what's one area in your life you've been waiting on, and how are you actually protecting your heart in the meantime? And for real conversation about identity, hope, shift, mindset, make sure you actually subscribe to our channel, Numlao Biowheat. Here we are talking about free mind and freeing the hearts, right? And you are welcome. So see you in the next video. Bye.